All right, the question we have is, what do you think of the claims that humans can and do control large-scale Earth weather patterns? And the motivation for the question is here. So basically, some people believe that there's a global conspiracy of some sorts, you might say, um, for various alleged reasons, as it says here. So apparently humans have been doing some wicked stuff for some to obtain some even wickeder results or something to that effect. And yes, humans have been doing some of this. Like cloud seeding is a well-known technology. Like the aerosol injection experiments have been made multiple times, like with the space shuttle program, but not only that. Solar radiation management is a fairly, well developed branch of, geoengineering techniques and things like that. You might even say like terraforming techniques in general. Doppler radar arrays, I haven't heard much about that. Like, is that a conspiracy theory of its own? I don't know. But yeah, controlling the weather. And HARP obviously is also a well known project. Um, yeah, so can it control the weather, basically, is the question. Well, these techniques that I've mentioned, I mean, they have been used, right? The spraying in the skies have been done, that, like we know that. There have been a scandal, I remember, in Germany a few years ago when people spotted a plane which was not present on like services like flight radar, and it turned out it was a big scandal because it turned out it was a military plane and it was actually spraying something, including some heavy metals, and people got pissed off, and understandably so. But if we're talking about like chemtrails in air quotes from passenger planes, then I can, well, okay, let's just put it this way. It might happen, but it probably is not happening. This is my opinion. Like again, I know a guy who works as a like an maintenance part of the maintenance crew on airliners here in Belarus. Like I don't know about other places, but here in Belarus, we definitely do not add anything into the fuel. We definitely do not put anything additional on board of the planes, etc., to spray or whatever. But as a philosopher, I kind of would like to examine the problem on a more fundamental level. Maybe it would be helpful. So, think about it this way. Can we predict the weather at least a week ahead? I don't think we can, right? So, like every day you add, like the fidelity of your models drops like by tens of percent, right? So basically, 2 weeks later, everything breaks down completely. So we don't even have a way of predicting the weather with the known parameters. And how are you gonna control the weather by introducing some additional input into the system? Let's say we spray something, like we heat up the ionosphere above certain place or whatever. uh, you can't even predict the with the known parameters, and you're adding something else. Basically, what I'm saying is weather is a chaotic system. It has been known for at least 70 years, I think, since the Lorentz studied the behavior, the equations that govern the airflows and things like that. So yeah, it's a chaotic system. There's no way around it, and therefore it's unpredictable. So at best, what you're gonna do with your additional input is just make the result even more chaotic potentially. So yeah, you can, I guess, you can play with it a little bit to try to figure out maybe there are some directed impacts that you can make. I mean, maybe there are some rigid, solid types of correlations. Like we heat the ionosphere here, and like certain specific parameter responds in a certain specific way. Let's say a week later. Maybe you can try to find that, and maybe that's what they've been doing with this HARP program. Like I haven't actually studied it because, to be honest, like I'm not interested in it at all. But uh, it's the best you can hope for. You know, find some minor effect, some minor good, strong correlation, but you can't really control the weather in general. Like it's a highly complicated system. It's not even a system; it's a medium in the first place, right? You can't even use like the systemic approach to study it. Like, it's much more complex. So yeah, that would be my answer, my fundamental answer, that controlling the weather is impossible because the weather is chaotic, period. So yeah, so people certainly try to find some effects. They study it, but I mean, it's still in its infancy. Like we need some a completely novel mathematical approach. We don't even have the the basic ontological entities to describe the weather properly. Like it's quite obvious that regular methods, perturbation theory, for example, they don't work here. You need something else, and we don't have this something else yet. At least I don't think we do. Maybe some people from some high top secret level military people have it, but we don't. Regular people don't. And I mean, to be honest, military people are usually dumb, right? They're stupid, so they don't really have it probably either. Yeah, that would be my short answer. You can't control the weather because it's chaotic, period.